Well, hello again, and welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. Do me one small favor, folks. Hit that little thumb as you enter the chat room, please. This is Thirsty Thursday, and I hope that all of your thirsty dreams came true. All right. Also, if you've been watching for a while and you have not subscribed, today is your day. We are ready to welcome you into the Rolynn's Reviews family. Oh my goodness. All right, Tijuana's here. He's not going to give anyone a chance. All right, Tijuana got a day off. Woohoo! Woo! Finally. All right, I will do the roll call momentarily. Give me another minute because people are still joining the chat room. Oh, well, you dance all night, play all day. Don't let nothing get in the way. You dance all night, keep the beat. Don't you worry about two left feet. Shake it up. Ooh, ooh, shake it up. Well, you dance all night, get real loose. You don't need no bad excuse. You dance all night with anyone. Don't let nobody pick your fun. Shake it up. Ooh, ooh, shake it up. Said you dance all night. Coo, coo, coo. Yes, Tijuana. Boom. Tijuana will not give anyone else a chance. I love it. Yes, the cars. Oh my God. Hello, hello. Let's go ahead and get the roll call out of the way. Greg, how are you doing? Thank you for the apple. Bach Mari, I know you've been working, love. Hey, you have to do what you have to do. I know you drop in when you can. I appreciate that you're here now. CJ, how are you doing? Stacy, hello. Taco, hello. Retro Game, how are you? Mayor, Dorian's here. Yes, Maga Tamara, of course. Mayor, Baldwin Birds, meow. Rusty, hello, love. How are you? Rusty? Let me know if you dropped that link because I know you told me you had something to share with me. Yeah, Norfolk, Virginia. Okay, Buck. Good representing. Tina is here. How you doing? Xavier's here. Hello, hello, hello. All of the usual suspect. Layla, you're great. Layla, how you doing, love? Layla, are you new here? Please let me know so that we can welcome you to the Rolynn's Reviews family. That's what we do. And again, if you're new here, I often say, and I mean this, I really do. There are thousands of content creators. So the fact that you spend your very important time here, that means a lot to me. So let me know if you're new here and we will welcome you. And I think you're great too, Layla. All right. I did drop it on the comment. Okay. Oh, Layla, you've been following since day one. Oh, I guess you just don't leave comments, maybe. Trish, how you doing, love? My girls is here. Uh-oh, trouble's here. That's all right. We're one big family, and I enjoy this. So look at the title, folks. Black Chicago citizens confront Mayor Brandon Johnson over migrant spending. If you've been here on the channel for a while and you have not been up under a rock, you know what Emperor Johnson from the Great Republic of Chicago has done with American taxpayer dollars. Oh, you love it, my girl. All right, my girls. Yeah, we're glad you're here. We have a good time here, and we discussed some pretty important topics. I wanted to come on last night. I was not happy with the election results, and so I said I'll just wait because, yeah, I wasn't happy last night. But it wasn't expected so far as, you know, Winsome Earl Sears. We kind of knew what was going on with that situation. But when that happened in New York, I told you I used to live in New York, so I was kind of devastated. So I didn't come on last night. So you probably were looking for me, and mentally, emotionally, I just could not. I needed a break. So I'm here now. Greg, I'm done. I told you I will never, ever live in New York again. Never, ever. Okay. So look at this title. I mean, I'm still trying to get over the election results, but that's okay. With your help, you help me and I help you. And so I'm going to show you some footage for the people who continue to vote for these Democrats. Marga, Rolynn, I'm surprised you're not singing Layla. Get me a money. Layla. Yeah, Layla. I love that song, Marga. Yes. Poor New York. New York is done. New York it has fallen by the wayside. They're just like California. Ballot mail-in fraud. CJ, we know what's going on. Yeah. Tina said New York elected Osama bin Laden. Yes, they forgot about 9/11. Tina, I'm done with New York. Absolutely done. I was stunned. I was shocked. I was just upset. Oh, what else can I say? Okay. So here we go. I wanted to show you this video. All right. So again, people who continue to vote for Democrats, they despise you and they're not going to do anything for you because you're an American citizen. So stop it. Mayor, yeah, many people said that they would move from New York. I mean, rich people. A lot of people said they're done. Okay. They forgot about 9/11 already. I can't with New York. I can't. Star, hello, love, hello. So I'm going to start the video, and you know I have some videos from TikTok as well, and we'll go from there. All right, here we go. And these people are from the Woodlawn community in Chicago. Okay, the people that you hear talking.
Call this a sanctuary state, county, and city, but you have no jurisdiction over the federal government.
Right. That's right. That's right.
There's a process that any individuals entering the United States, they must go through.
The mayor has refused to work with us, has refused to work with grassroots organizations.
And you listen to what these people are saying. Let me put the closed captioning on. Said that the mayor has refused to work with them. They're a grassroots organization. We know if you're saying anything in reference to the illegals, he is tone deaf. He is not going to listen. You are a citizen. You can forget it. Oh, Nemo. Hello. We finally found Nemo. Boom. Welcome, love. Here we go.
I have been doing this since 1967.
Yes.
The mayor has refused to listen to us. We have space in our community, in Little Village. We should prioritize our residents, our people that have been here before, and then we should offer them services.
And when the brothers use the word illegal, illegal is not a word for us, because we're human just like you. People that are seeking a better life.
Now that you hear what he's saying, but we know what we've seen. A lot of them say that they're coming here to seek a better life, but to our dismay, and we're footing the bill. So we know what's going on here. We've discussed it. I've done several videos on this subject matter. So again, if you agree with me, yes, Nemo, boom. I don't want to hear it. Somebody call ICE, Tom Holman, get him on the phone, deport, deport, deport. That's just where I am, folks. And again, I wish that President Trump could hold the Curry Queen and Jim Crow Joe accountable. They had millions of people flood this country. They're out of office. We're still dealing with the ramifications. Citizen Kane, Brandon Johnson thinks he's doing something with his reparations task force that his cronies are lining their pockets off of. Citizen Kane, if anyone is crazy enough to believe that they are getting reparations from Brandon Johnson, you've got another thing coming. Citizen Kane, Mayor Quippy Doll was the cat who swallowed the canary during today's media availability news conference at Chicago City 6. Thank you, Citizen Kane's giving us some little tidbits of what happened at the meeting today. Thank you so much. So why look, read my lips. There will be no reparations. Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe. Okay, it's not happening. Every time it's time for a vote, we're going to create a reparations task force. Stop being stupid. I've done videos on that. We've talked about this on this channel. You're not going to get any reparations. Okay. They didn't form any task force. They did not form a task force when they flooded this country with millions of people. They just started cutting checks. Someone tell me I'm wrong. So stop it. For you, they tell you, because they don't think you're smart, that, we're going to form a committee. We're going to form a task force. Stop it. It's not happening. CJ Parks. Rolynn, did you see the video of the mayor who was arrested for illegally voting in 3 different elections? He's not even an American citizen. He's a Mexican citizen. This was in Cloudwater, Kansas. I heard about it, CJ, but I've been so busy. We had some testing going on at the school, and I didn't not have time to really delve into it, but I did hear about it. Yes, Bach. There's a guy bragging that he went to New York to vote for Mandami 9 times, and is a white idiot liberal. MAGA. Hey, all the idiots if they voted for that guy, okay, yeah, they're done. Okay, MAGA, I've heard all kinds of stories. Okay, I've heard. So yeah, I heard about CJ. I am going to delve into that, love. T. Lawrence, our country, our rules. Boom. There you go. Citizen Kane says he only answered with deflecting talking when asked why he keeps dealing race cards when he does nothing substantially tangible for foundational Black American Chicagoans. Citizen Kane, he's not doing anything for any Americans, Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. You have to be an illegal. Boom. Rusty. As far as I'm concerned, EBT, Section 8, and all the free stuff has already been reparations. Boom. Rusty, this is what I'm saying. Stop waiting for something from this government. Get up, do something for yourself. Okay. And that's where I'm with Thomas Sowell on that. Go back to Africa and they sold their brethren and sisterin into slavery. Why are you asking the U.S. government for reparations or any state? You're not going to get it. So stop it. Thank you so much, Tijuana, for the super chat. I am sending you hearts as we speak in the comment section. Tijuana says, I went to work in Canada, took almost 7 months of vetting, FBI background, police background, work history, school history, and a job offer letter from the company offering work. Boom. As far as I'm concerned, Tijuana, I stand with Dr. Thomas Sowell. Max Bang, how you doing? Yes, boom. And no, reparations are not warranted. And again, go over to Africa, right? They all they want to do, people who are always screaming reparations, they're asking the federal government. It starts in Africa. And also you had many Africans here that had slaves. So stop it. Stop looking for something all the time. Rusty, Irish and Chinese aren't crying for reparation. No, they're not. So that's just where we are with that. The only way for our country to be successful is if our leaders do for all America. Yes, Maga, that's what we've been saying. Cecilia, how you doing, love? Yeah, he's a sellout. If you're an American, you get nothing. Boom. Listen to this. And then he ignores people. And it's not right.
There's a difference between a FEMA camp.
This is what the difference is, that this system has put our people just like in the jail system. Jeez. They're making millions of dollars out of our people. This is all about money. Jeez.
Now this guy here he's obviously he's for the illegals. The guy that's right here talking, and he's talking about the horrible things that are happening to his people. Well, you know what to do. Go back to where you came from and come back and do it legally. Mayor Greg said Brandon Dumdani. Boom, there you go. Max, I think you're new here. Welcome.
That's what you need to understand.
So Chicago, I say take it home first.
That's right.
Have a right to break the law. This is America.
I can understand that.
And you have the right to do your job.
But this is where we're at right now. So you guys can have the sidewalk here?
We don't want the sidewalk. We want the parking lot.
Well, the parking lot's off limits.
Well, we're going to trespass then. Okay. All right, thanks.
This is
So listen, folks. Okay, Buck Murray. She did not run a very good campaign for governor. She got her preacher to be her campaign manager. When things started falling apart, she got a good campaign manager. By that time, it was too late. Are we talking about Winsome Earl Sears? Buck, let me know who you're talking about. Crimea River, deport, deport, deport. Boom. And so this is what our great sister, Citizen Kane, and others have been telling us. So far as Brandon Johnson is concerned, these people failed to wear the shoes on their feet. What if we came and did it? Rusty, we can't go to any country and do that. What would they say if we had they had to pay for us? Rusty, they would not. You know how Americans are treated in different parts of the world. There is no way. There's no country we could go to and do that. No way. All right.
Woodlawn, South Side Chicago, where frustration sounds like sirens and the city promises come with fine print. People are angry, not just loud angry. They're tired angry. You got citizens who have paid taxes for decades, and now a city rolls out the red carpet for newcomers. Millions for shelters, millions for services, but the folks already here, they're still waiting on a working grocery store. So when the city tried to turn this old elementary school into a migrant shelter, the community showed up.
They're loading them up, loading them out.
Hello.
Again, the Democrats created all of these problems, right? They dumped these people into these communities and and papered these people up, thousands of dollars in food stamps, free housing, free health care. Of course, how's that? People are going to be feeling salty. Of course. God is still in charge. Winsome is destined for greater things. Yes, Tijuana, she'll be fine. And you're absolutely right. She'll be fine. I wanted her to win, but I sort of read the tea leaves so far as that was concerned. And, hey, I was pulling for her, but, with everything I was reading, I was like, I'm not sure about this one. I'm sorry, but you were born where you were born. Apply the legal way to come to America. We don't owe anyone but Americans anything, period. Boom. That's where I'm at with it, CJ. Facts. My God, pass it. Good deal, Dorian. Tina, America does not owe the world a living. Boom. Here we go.
Uncut, unedited, people.
Fourth bus of the immigrants coming over here in our community. The fourth bus. They get busting them in CTA buses.
And the sad part is, again, you continue to vote for Democrats, they show you every election cycle and beyond and in between how they feel about you. Every time you ask for something, there's an excuse. And they bring in non-citizens and they get the red carpet treatment. So I need to see the next election cycle. How is Chicago going to vote? That's what I need to see. Okay? All right.
That's crazy. You think we're going to be comfortable with them?
Okay?
You think
Stop voting for these people.
We not. Yeah.
But they spending millions some dollars on this thing right here.
Millions.
Yeah.
And flip over here to this mental health center. We need that open. Right here on Woodlawn. Yeah. We need that open, the mental health center. Why we ain't got the mental health center open so we can welcome these peoples over here?
Stop voting for Democrats. Steve Bowles, I'm thinking New York and Chicago equals Soylent Green. Boom. Yes. How you doing, Beverly? Welcome. Yes. I already know that lady's voice. I cannot remember her name, but I've seen her videos. Oh, yeah. CJ, you're right. I think you're talking about the lady from Flips Red. Zoe, I think. Is that who you're talking about?
I had money to welcome them, the immigrants coming over here on our territory. Yeah. For free. This is what I got a problem with. They're going to be over here for 2 years free. Here I am, a taxpayer. I struggle every month to pay my $500 rent, and they're going to be over here for free?
Stop voting for Democrats. You don't have to worry about that, ma'am.
Make it make sense. I pay rent. I pay gas. I pay light. I buy food. I don't get food stamps. I buy my food. And they can come over here and live for free.
They didn't come with torches or any kind of riots. They came with a lot of questions. They came with receipts. You got cameras everywhere, people shouting, activists yelling, saying, we're all the same, but residents.
So, yeah, and that's what the Democrats keep saying. Oh, they're all the same. They're not living with the immigrants. They're dumping them in your communities, but you keep voting for these people. So, hey, I'm just saying, we have people like our great sister, Miss Prosperity. We have Citizen Kane. They're not voting for these people, but they're surrounded by a wall of blue. Cecilia, Rolynn, I'm praying for New York. Jesus said, forgive them, Lord, for they know not what they do. Boom. Okay, here's your boom. You're right. I was so, Cecilia, I was so disgusted. I did not want that guy to win. I don't know if you know, I used to live in New York. I'm done with New York. Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
So yelling back, then why we're not being treated the same? What is going on with the people who actually live there compared to people who just showed up? Let's get into it. So shout out to Martin G. Johnson for this footage. I thought it was extremely, extremely important to show. And his link will be in the description box below. If you want to follow anything that's going on in Chicago, check.
Yeah, so yeah, we're going to keep checking him out because he's dropping, he's getting us some footage too.
Check him out. I thought this video was extremely important because these are the type of conversations that are not being shown on any of the mainstream networks of Black people, the people who live there, who would love to get some of the benefits that the migrants are getting and not receiving anything. They've been there for the longest. Most of them are Democrats.
Most of these people have been there all their lives, voting blue, no matter who. That's why this situation's going on. Steve, I did not vote for communism. Trump better not send federal taxpayer money to New York. Steve, the way he's talking, he won't be because, you know, they're probably going to try to sue him to force him to. But yeah. No, let New York figure it out. You voted for Mandami, figure it out.
Democrat voters, so they got the vote already from most of these leaders. So the leaders are not really doing much for them at all. So in this conference right here, you have the activists coming in saying that we just want to help. These people are just like us. But the residents have a different viewpoint. They're saying that's all good and that's all cool, but where was that energy when we needed help?
And she's sending the message also to the other refugees that are coming from Venezuela. A lot of people have failed to understand what's going on in their country. A gallon of milk in Venezuela is $15. Okay? So just like me, when I was 3 years old, my parents left Mexico because there's nothing to do there. There's no job, there's no progress. We're here for a better life.
That's right.
And there's no crime against seeking a better life. And when the brothers use the word illegal, illegal is not a word for us because we're human just like you. We got 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs. We're just like you. We're just a little different tone color, but we're human. We're not illegal. We're human people that are seeking a better life.
What is the difference between a FEMA camp?
And this is what the difference is, that this system has put.
Yes, Greg, I've mentioned that quite frequently. The Democrats have installed the Cloward Piven strategy, create chaos among the lower classes so that the limited resources will be fought over. No solutions, just trade off. Yes, Dr. Thomas Sowell, that's in his book. Yep, you got it.
Our people, just like in the jail system, they're making millions of dollars out of our people. This is all about money. That's what you need to understand. It's about money. They don't give a shit about my color, your color, my neighborhood, your neighborhood. All they care is about money.
So it turned into a verbal brawl. The frustration is bouncing off microphones like dodgeballs.
So thank the great emperor, Brandon Johnson.
Have mothers shouting, you have, the elders shaking their heads, and the city reps and the cops looking like they wanted to teleport out of there.
We invested our revenue in the building of this country. And we should have first dibs, and we especially should have say-so in our own community.
That's right.
About 3 weeks ago, there was a homeless person on 64th and Stony Island. She was there during the wintertime, and the ambulance took her to the University of Chicago because she was sleeping at the CTA station. She wound up having to get both legs amputated, both arms amputated because she had no place to go. She's a U.S. citizen, and
They don't care if she's a U.S. citizen, sir. You have to be an illegal to get any services from the Democrats. Boom.
no place to go. So Chicago, I say take her home first.
That's right.
This is the issue that's going on in Chicago and really across the country in many of these sanctuary cities, that you have the leaders there. It seems like they care more about the people who are showing up recently than the people who have been there for decades. That's why everyone's attacking Mayor Brandon Johnson. He is out there spending so much money on migrants that now budget-wise, Chicago is in the hole. And even his own city council don't agree with his new plan.
At City Hall, the battle over Mayor Brandon Johnson's budget intensifies.
And today, a group of city council members accused the mayor of ignoring key recommendations from consultants they say cost taxpayers millions of dollars.
This week, 10 alders want a special meeting to grill independent accountants who audited city finances.
They should be discussed openly, questioned publicly, and considered carefully as part of our budgeting process.
As you know, we're close to $1.2 billion in the hole this year. We are looking for hundreds of millions of dollars that were proposed inefficiencies in this report.
This is
Yes, Steve, the people of New York will have to stand in line all day for one potato and a carrot before long. Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. Tijuana, all these manufacturers here in Tijuana paying pennies for labor. They let themselves be exploited. They need to demand better wages at home. Yeah, all right, Tijuana. Rusty, it also helps if you aren't making TikTok videos of you and your kids dancing in the grocery store because you got $3,000 in free food. Stop wondering why we give you no sympathy. Boom. Rusty, boom. And some of these people are stupid enough. They're on social media. Oh, you're angry because you have to work. No one's angry, but that's why you don't. I'm not out here. They're trying to garner sympathy. You won't get any from me. The only people who get sympathy from me are the elderly, our veterans, all right, and the disabled. Everyone else, figure it out. Make better life choices. Boom. Kill, how you doing? Good evening to you, sir. Brandon spent all the money on those illegal aliens. Yes, Kill. Kill, I think you're new here. I've done several videos on that. I can take you back. OMG. I will not stop talking about this until this man is out of office, period. Okay. No, there is no sympathy. And again, like Citizen Kane and our great sister, Miss Prosperity, I feel horrible for them. And these people, God bless them. You see how you've been treated for 60 plus years, but you keep voting blue no matter who. It drives me insane. Oh my God. Joel, how you doing, love? So let's continue to listen to this.
The hypocrisy that's going on. The same city that shut down mental health clinics for Black people in Chicago somehow found hundreds of millions of dollars overnight for migrant care.
Yes, and they've been doing this. They've been showing you how they feel about you. They despise you, but you keep voting for them. What do we call that? Stockholm syndrome. So stop voting for these people. How you doing, Bertha? And how are you, Joel? And it's mind-boggling. Indoctrination and brainwashing is a real thing. And it's time for them to wake up. We all feel sorry for you, but I especially feel sorry for my, Miss Prosperity and Citizen Kane, the people who aren't voting for Democrats, but they're suffering because all these other people are voting for Democrats. You get what you get, and you can't throw a fit when you vote blue no matter who. Boom. Those are facts. Okay, here we go.
That's not budgeting. That's favoritism. It's like you're starving your own kids to feed strangers and then acting shocked when the house gets quiet.
Myself and Craig Hodges and Brother Kupla asked the representatives to give us this school.
And I wish that we could. I wish we could see all of these people's voting history. Cecilia, boom. Thank you for the super chat. And I wish we could crack their craniums open. I'm sending you some hearts right now. Thank you for your support, Cecilia. There you go. And this, Cecilia, we've had this conversation. This drives me crazy. How you doing, Saria? I wish I could see their voting record, because now, again, you're talking about all of these issues. How are you going to vote when the midterms come up? How are you going to vote in the next presidential campaign? So don't complain if you're going to continue to vote blue no matter who, okay? The only people that are allowed to complain are Prosperity and Citizen K and the other people who are not fooled by these charlatans and who are voting correctly, but they're just suffering. Thank you so much, Cecilia. All right, here we go.
So we can train these young people how to sew, the art of manufacturing. We could have filled that building up. We could have.
So they're talking about what they woulda, shoulda, coulda, what they could have done with the, Chicago has a lot of boarded up buildings that have been standing empty for years. Lo and behold, after Jim Crow Joe Biden and the Curry Queen flooded the country with illegals, a lot of these buildings opened up. Millions of dollars suddenly appeared in the air. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. Oh, my goodness. So I guess it was, I have to believe we are magic. Nothing can stand in our way. Or the Cars. Uh-oh, it's magic. So all of a sudden, you have millions of dollars, but these people who've been voting blue, no matter who, every time they ask for anything, they're told that you don't have the resources and you don't have the money. Money, resources, buildings, you have nothing for them. Tijuana, yes, Olivia Newton-John. Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorite Olivia Newton-John songs. I love it. Yes, Cecilia, I cannot stand it. It drives me insane, Cecilia. It drives me insane. Slave workers in those warehouses taking advantage of illegal. Yeah, they are. They're getting benefits, Social Security. They're getting everything. Americans get nothing. It drives me insane.
Create a job for the whole city of Chicago. They have no idea. They have no idea of the people that went to this school, the history of this school.
Yeah, and that school was boarded up until, all right, when the illegals arrived, boom, there you go. Please don't come to Tampa, Florida with your blue on no brain. Boom. Saria, and I know what you're saying. I'm here at Fort Bragg, and Raleigh's not far, and Raleigh is people think about the South and they think, oh, it's conservative. You look at the large metropolitan cities, they're not red, okay? So yeah, people, and what I found out, a lot of people in Raleigh, North Carolina, our capital, where did they come from? They came from blue, all right, blue cities or states. And so when they move, they bring their voting patterns. Okay.
And right now was the Woodlawn Boys Club. So whoever did this thing, they should fix this, because
he's talking about whoever. Go see the great emperor, Mayor Brandon Johnson. Okay, that's who you need to go see. All right.
This should have been a training center for us to train these young people in Woodlawn.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. Stop voting blue, no matter who.
This moment in Woodlawn isn't just one neighborhood. It's about the trust or the lack of it. For years, Black people in Chicago have been told to wait your turn, wait for jobs, wait for safety, wait for investment. Now they see a whole new population getting fast-tracked, and you're wondering why folks...
Yeah, people, these new illegals getting homes. You have people that were born there in Chicago. They're still renting, and many of them are homeless. So again, I thank God for this illegal immigration. I call it a scam, because a lot of people, it took this for them to wake up. If not, you know, everything would just remain the same. Aspen, the state has provided $330 million to the city of Chicago to care for the migrants who arrived during the first phase of the crisis between August and December 2022, according to Pritzker's office. Yeah, and you know, anything coming out of Pritzker's office, I don't believe anything he says. Pritzker, yeah, anything from him or Emperor Johnson, I don't believe it. Rolynn, I've already did my Christmas shopping last week. I'm not sure how things are going to look like next month. I bought my niece a turntable, passing it down to the next new generation. Boom, that's right. You're raising her right, CJ. There you go.
They're mad. They're not xenophobic. They're exhausted. One of the activists said, "We're just like you. We're not illegal." I mean, hold up there. We got to be real about this. If you enter any country without permission, that's illegal entry. That's not hate talk. That's just dictionary talk. That's what's a word. And if I walked to your house uninvited and started to make sandwiches, you're not going to call me a refugee. You're going to call 911. It's not about compassion. It's about consistency. Other countries, even Mexico's southern border, just don't let people come in. So at this point, America is being guilt-tripped for having boundaries and laws. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Mr. Mayor, that you are supposed to have filed a report on spending on illegal aliens in Chicago with the White House by now. What's happening with that? Or what has happened with that?
We don't have illegal aliens. I don't know if that's from some sort of sci-fi message that you wish have had. Well, listen, the legal term for my people were slaves. You want me to use that term too? So look, let's just get the language right. We're talking about undocumented.
You better not say anything about illegal. Oh my God, they will tear you a new one. You see how they operate. Rusty, one thing you won't find in Pritzker's office is gym clothes. No, sir, you won't, Rusty. Disgusting people. Nemo, I need some more words to describe this guy. He's despicable. We've had immigration laws for many years. President Trump is only enforcing what we have. Boom, Tina. Yes, I cannot stand to look at that dirty, low-down dog, burnt Oreo branded. My girls is cranking up again. Tina Johnson's going to compare illegals to slavery. What a dirty rat. Straight from the Democratic playbook. There you go. You're right, Tina. Nemo said I'm being nice. Okay, Nemo.
Documented individuals that are human beings. The last thing that I'm going to do is accept the type of racist.
Sir, you're on record. You're a racist talking about you hire black people. What if there were white or Hispanic, Asian, whatever, someone who was more qualified? So don't even talk about someone being racist, sir, because Trump's already called you on that.
Nasty language to describe human beings.
Chicago, like many other places, New York, LA, they built a sanctuary, but they forgot who they're supposed to be sheltering. Imagine the Titanic sinking and a life raft that keeps taking new people while the folks already on it are drowning. That's what it feels like. The Woodlawn crowd wasn't angry at migrants. They were angry at a system that finally found empathy, just not for them. Now, the media shows a lot of what's going on with the activists, but the camera rarely zooms out to show the boarded up homes behind them. They don't show the senior that's been begging for resources from the city. They don't show the teenagers who walk past 4 vacant lots just to go to school. Those faces are not trending because caring about them doesn't make politicians look progressive. It just makes them look guilty. And that's why Brandon Johnson is such a god-awful mayor. He loves the photo op. He likes to go on and have the great speeches, smiling, sleeves rolled up, talking about compassion and equity. But equity starts at home. You can't feed the neighbor's kids while yours is crying in the kitchen. That's not real leadership. That's political cosplay. That's why a lot of black folks in cities like Chicago and New York, LA, you notice they're not really in these ICE riots, if you want to call them that. The last riots that I've seen a lot of black people were in were definitely in 2020 with the George Floyd. And I hope that never happens again.
And we talked about that. Plus the ghettos are getting worse, more crime. Yeah, Nemo. Yeah. How you doing, Lanita? Thank you for joining us. Lanita says, I volunteer at my church's biweekly church food pantry in Akron, Ohio. A military veteran told me today he lost his EBT and was totally dependent on food pantries now. $36 a month was unreal. Boom, Lanita, if he was illegal, he'd have, some of them had 10,000, some of them had 13,000. Now, situations like that, and you know, Lanita, I'm here at Fort Bragg. I would go buy groceries for that. Military veteran, yeah, my dad's a veteran. I will take care of our veterans if they need something. But these people, able-bodied people, figure it out. Okay, not my problem. Thank you for that note, Lanita.
And I just don't see them really jumping in for this because they think at this point, do they really care about what's going on in their communities before they go try to fight for people who are committing a crime by coming here illegally? The people in that crowd weren't heartless. They were heartbroken. They see the neighborhoods falling apart, schools are closing, safety nets are shrinking, and suddenly the city has all this money again. For who? Not for them, not for their kids, not for communities, just for whoever fits the latest virtual signaling headline. And that's why people are really mad. And we have to stop pretending that compassion means unlimited capacity. America has limits. Chicago has limits. And Woodlawn sure as hell has limits. You can't pour water into a crack cup and act shocked when it leaks. Fix the cup first. We can care about my...
They're not going to fix the cup because they've never been required to fix the cup because you vote for them anyway. Boom. Cecilia, Rolynn, I pray for everyone affected by being a pawn in this government game. God said too much is given, too much is required by his grace. Yes. And God will provide. Cecilia, that's what I've always said. And Maga said 87, I was in middle school, started high school. Okay. Yeah. So Greg, Yepper's working with veterans with less than $100 per month. Right, Greg, those are the people who should be receiving assistance. Elderly people should be receiving assistance. Disabled people. Everyone else, I have no sympathy nor do I have empathy. When I've seen there are thousands of videos on TikTok and other forms of social media where they're buying crab legs and lobster and steak and shrimp and laughing, oh, you're just mad because you have to work and you can't afford this type of food. So they're eating food that we're purchasing and then they're laughing and spitting in our eyes. So no, I don't care. It's not my job. You have 6, 7 kids, you're going to have to get 6 or 7 jobs. Boom. That's where I'm at with it. I'm done. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy. And again, I don't know, how many of you are on social media the way I am. Obviously, I have to, get on social media frequently to keep up with what's going on. But no, I'm not. DJ, how are you? Gave the city $350 million. Hey, that's $1 million for each man, woman, and child. DJ, exactly. They had the money. And then every time you hear him talking, well, we can't do fill in the blank because President Trump cut the federal funding. because he's very intelligent. You had money, you squandered your money on illegals. So he's very smart not to give you more money to squander. And that's just where we are with that. And so, okay, here's another. Yeah, they've been confronting him forever. Okay, and I can show you this one. These are just different. These are from a day ago. Let me see. And I think our sister Prosperity just uploaded something. Where are we here? Okay, so that was 8 hours. Yeah, but look at all of these. Hold on, let me see. So they've been striking back. And some of these you've heard us talking about. Yeah, I can show you. And that's Jessica Jackson. She's been on the show. All right. And this guy, he has a YouTube channel. He's been getting them pretty good too.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. You spent over $574 million on illegal immigrants here in Chicago, Illinois since 2022. Now, you still feel like you have to harbor these illegals, which is not a good idea. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it's a good idea to challenge Tom Homan on this because he's trying to clean up our cities, Mr. Brandon Johnson. Now, let me just remind everybody here that Brandon Johnson is terrible with the budget. How is this $40 million credit line is going to work exactly? Because the key word is credit. So how much will we be using from this $40 million? And the real question is, how much will we be paying back? Now, you want to sit here, you and J.B. Pritzker want to puff out your chest and fight Tom Homan. We need Tom Homan here in Chicago. We need Donald Trump. And I don't want to see people like Pam Bundy and Cash Patel, you know, haul you up out of here and become prosecuted. I don't want to see that happen. But they will do their job if they have to, Brandon Johnson. Now, we are $1 billion in debt. That's absolutely insane. Kamala Harris, she spent $1 billion on her campaign less than a year, and she's $20 million in debt. So it's looking like Democrats are bad with money. Now, you ignored me for 10 to 15 seconds last time I was.
You know, when you're too intelligent, he will ignore you. He ignores our great sister, Miss Prosperity, often. Kentucky Fried Mama, how you doing, love? Thank you for the super chat. Yes, we are calling Brandon out. And you know, he ignores people. He just, I don't know. I'm just Kentucky, Nirvana. Okay, yeah. Elderly and children with bad clothes. Cecilia Jet, lazy people will find a way to do nothing. Yeah. You're right.
Speaking, and I really did not appreciate that at all. But I got a Christmas present for you. Let's remind the people of Chicago that Brandon Johnson spent $32,000 in campaign funds on haircuts and makeup. So I got an early Christmas present for you, Brandon Johnson. This is some makeup for you right here. You got some rouge, you got the makeup brush right there, so you can save this people some money, for crying out loud. Now, let me tell you people, I'm going to be serious here. We need to start voting different in these cities like New York and Chicago. Stop voting these people in. It's not Democrat versus Republican anymore. It is populist versus establishment.
And we said on this channel, it is good versus evil. Thank you so much, Lanita, for the super chat. Yeah, we're calling out this nonsense and we will continue. Yes, thank you so much for your support, dear. There you go. And I sent you some hearts in the comment section. Thank you, dear.
It is the populace versus the establishment. Stop letting them trick you into the race baiting when it comes to Brandon Johnson. Oh, black people need help too. Trump want to hurt black people. What are you talking about? We're legal here. We are
only people hurting black people are these black politicians that you keep voting for. Boom. And these black preachers. Boom. And the NAACP and the Congressional Black Caucus. Boom. Rusty. But they have the majority of their base trained to call these people cool. That's what Rusty, they call us everything but a child of God. And that's just what it is. Taco, You got 5 kids, all different fathers. Daddy, no one pays child support. She gets free housing, free food, government check, claims she pays taxes. Right, boom.
Legal. Now, I'm trying to be nice about this. And Mr. Brandon Johnson, I do respect you in a little bit of way because you're trying the best that you can. I really want to believe that. But listen, man, you got a 14% approval rating. So the people is looking like
lower than that now.
like they're telling you that you're fired, man. So I'm just humbly asking you, Brandon Johnson, to please come up with something that's reasonable by the end of this year, because I don't want to see a government shutdown, Mr. Brandon Johnson. Please do your job. I don't care if you're black. Chicago needs to get rid of DEI. I don't care if you're black. Can you do the job? Can you do the job, Mr. Brandon Johnson? And it's looking like you can't do the job.
Nope.
So please don't fail us.
You late for that. He failed you a long time ago. And now it is what it is. And this has been ongoing. And, you know, our great sister, not just prosperity, but honey, he's been getting just lit up. But he doesn't care, because if you remember, I did a video when he leaves office, he's going to be a millionaire. So what does he care? Okay, and this young lady is going to call him out. Okay, come on, it's not playing.
Are human beings, so treat them as such. Are human beings, so treat them as such. Are human beings.
That's where he said we don't have illegals. Okay. So you have people who are sick and tired. And I love the people that are calling them out. And it's all over social media. People are sick and tired. And I can take you to Prosperity's channel, see what she's uploaded today. Let me see. All right. Hit that like button if you are enjoying this content, folks. Hit the like button. And we are glad that you are here. All right, here we go. I think she just uploaded a video because I saw something flash across my screen. All right. No, this was not. Let me see. And this, okay, I've already shared that one with you. Was this the one? This is Pretzel Pritzker. I think she just.
Let's talk about what we're up against in 2025. President Trump and his bootlickers have torn down the U.S. Department of Education from the inside.
And they were very smart to do that. American education has been failing for 40 to 50 years. So, yeah, it's broken. Get rid of it.
Instead of helping to improve math and reading scores like you all are doing and supporting our educators, they're making it harder for students to get ahead. Books are being banned. History is being erased. Republicans want to take billions away from public schools.
Because they're failing, Pretzel. Tijuana. Had to walk to the convenience store before it gets dark. Don't want to be walking around any city after dark. Tijuana, you better believe that. Mayor said, Mrs. Bootlick to you, Fred Flintstone. Boom. My girl, pork prices keep rising every time he opens his mouth. My God, my girls is a savage. Topeka's Adkin, how you doing? Yes, he's a liar. He is.
And pump it into private institutions. They want to punish teachers for telling the truth. They want to criminalize educators for supporting LGBTQ students. They want to turn classrooms into cultural war battlegrounds. And I'm sorry to be vulgar, but Donald Trump and his cronies can fuck all the way off.
And they're clapping for that. Did you hear what he, can you see this right here, what he said? I highlighted it. Look over to the right. So that's what their governor, that's how their governor's talking. And they're like, yeah, yes, he is. Oh my God.
Well, you heard the professional version of what Pritzker had to say to the people who are teaching the students of Illinois. He said quite a few things that he wants to retain that many parents don't. For instance, removing books are about brainwashing children to learn the good of same-sex relationships, changing their gender to be whatever they want to be. The teaching of history, Black history was never truthfully taught. They begin with slavery, but not what happened prior with freedmen, or all the inventions, plus more. The education which came from charter schools had higher demands for a child to succeed and was funded by state tax dollars. They also outperformed public schools, and that was fact by experience. They want Bibles out of the public schools. On Wednesday, August 13th, 2025, it was reported the Illinois State Board of Education approved changes to the.
And if you've been here for a while, you know I've done videos on Chicago's failing public schools. They've been failing over 50 years. So why continue to pump money into something that is failing, right? And the reason these Democrats don't want charter schools and other schools is because every time a child leaves a public school, that money leaves. They don't want to lose that money. They don't care. They're not educating anyone. They have some of the lowest test scores in the country. Right, Tina, there's a difference between education and indoctrination. P. Greg, graduation is up 75% in South Carolina this year since Trump did away with the Department of Education. And I will say, Greg, if you look at a lot of parents look at high school graduation rates, and when they're trying to determine the school that they want their child to go to. And I will say this, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes because every high school knows that their graduation rate will be in the newspaper and online. So there are a lot of students walking across that stage that there is no way in heck that they should be receiving a degree. I'm just saying, there are a lot of things I told you. I tried to tell you some I'm not at liberty to say until I retire. But yeah, it's a joke. It's a whole joke. Topeka, I hit the like button, Rolynn. Good evening to everyone. Oh yeah, thank you so much, Topeka. Thank you. We are glad you're here. Yes, he's a billionaire, so why would he care about anyone? Right, Saria? Krispy Kreme Pritzker. Yes, Lanita, he is a demon. Don't know why I'm even thinking about this, but wasn't the 80s show Good Times supposedly based in Chicago? Yeah, that was a 70s show, Rusty. But yeah, it was based supposedly in the projects. What was the name of those? Not the Robert Taylor, but the other Cabrini Green housing projects. Supposedly, yeah. That Pritzker's kids can read and make honor roll. He wants good for his, but not for others. That's how it goes, Lanita. All right, here we go.
Cut scores used to determine proficiency on state standardized tests, according to Chalkbeat. Under the proposed changes, 53% of students would be considered proficient in English language arts.
Their test scores are so freaking low, they're going to have to lower the bar even more. So then they can say, look at the progress that our students made. Get out of here. What a joke. Oh my God. How are these people millionaires when the president only makes around $450,000 a year? Well, you know, Cecilia, you know, the Democrats are into that money laundering.
38% would be proficient in math and 45% would be in science, according to a presentation shared by state education officials on August 12th. Last year, 41% of students were proficient in English language arts, 28% were proficient in math, and 53% were in science. High school juniors will need to score an 18 in English language arts, a 19 in math, a 19 in science on the ACT college entrance exam to be considered proficient. The ACT scores range from 1 to 36. That is at the halfway marker. Illinois State Superintendent Tony Sanders said the move is not a lowering of standards, but rather adjusting to better match the reality of students.
Their students cannot, in any shape or form, even remotely reach. Rusty, you said you're old. Rusty, we all are, dear. Yeah, their scores are horrible. I did a whole video on their test scores. Okay. Cecilia said, I do research. Cecilia, you know, you know how it works.
Abilities. Check out more of the Donald Trump and his cronies can F off on our YouTube. If you want to be notified of more findings, subscribe.
Yeah, so that's what they're talking about. What is this? I didn't see this one.
The worst of the worst. Work with our local law enforcement to help us go after violent criminals.
Excuse me. You know, again, it's unconscionable at a time in which so many working people and poor people need government to show up for them, that this administration, the Trump administration, has caused so much consternation and division. Look, we are.
Sir, you haven't even shown up for Americans. You are in no position to say anything about Trump or anyone else when you have only done for illegals. So stop it. Okay, and then that went into, I think we've already seen
the worst of the worst. Work with our local law enforcement to help us go after violent criminals.
Yeah, we've seen that. Okay. So, yeah. And this Chicago FOC president, so Prosperity uploaded this as well. So this is her page, okay, that you can check out. All right. And there she is right there. Okay. Oh my God. So she's on it. She even has a crime update. Let me see. Have we seen this one? Yeah. So we know everything that comes out of Chicago is a lie. All right. Yep. Okay. So I'm pretty much done. Let me see what she's saying here.
They told her to stay silent, but warriors don't.
Okay. There's music on there, so I can't. Let me see. I missed this one. I don't want to see that pretzel again. But that's pretty much all I had for you. That's Prosperity's page. And yeah, hit that like button, folks. And you don't follow federal laws, you don't get federal money. Tina, how many times have you heard me say that when they were talking about, no, we're not, we're going to remain a sanctuary city, da, 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 da. How many times? Okay. I told you all Trump has to do is withhold federal funds and that will fix everything. Right. And we don't have to worry about them squandering. Okay, Nemo, thanks for dropping in, love. Anything. Okay, so I wanted to come on and share that with you, and I think there was something else going on in Chicago. Let me check it before we go. I will check Miss Prosperity's channel because she may have uploaded something on her YouTube. She's been so busy. I can't keep up with her any longer. Oh my goodness. Let me see. I am trying to see where we are. And as I'm trying to cue this up, folks, tell me what you think about all the federal workers who are complaining. Kathy Bates, okay, who are complaining about not being paid. Tell me what you think about that. Let me find Prosperity here. Trump said all they have to do is call him the president. Shouldn't have to call. Yeah. Oh, New York will find out. Some district judge will intervene and say he can. Yeah, every time Trump tries to do something, some judge, like, what the heck? I don't know. I just don't know. But we'll find out. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to tell Sister Prosperity to change her name because sometimes there are several channels with the name Income Prosperity, and it is sometimes hard to find her channel. There it is. Here it is. I think I found it. Okay, so let me see if I thought okay, uploaded something. Taco, show where the guy asked Brandon if it was his wife. That's on, hold on. That's on Prosperity's channel. So yeah, she just uploaded. Okay, here it is. She just uploaded a video. So let me get that going. Yeah, I'll tell you, she's really ratcheting up the pressure. Saria, yeah. And so people, yeah. It's a tough situation, but for them to sit up and blame President Trump for everything it's just insane. And he's holding his ground, and I don't blame him. And these people who are complaining, again, make better life choices and stop making it a lifestyle, and do something for yourself, like the rest of us have had to do. Okay, so I'll pull up her latest video. Okay, so that's probably why she didn't jump on with us tonight, because she was doing a video.
The mayor of Chicago, Brandon.
Okay, let me get it going. And if I have any new folks here, let me get it going here. I think we are ready to cue it up. Yeah. If you are not subscribed to her channel, please do so at this time. She is our boots on the ground.
Was questioned by our reporter at Shy Guardian / Deep South Press Corps about Blacks' lack of tangibles and the required illegal aliens cost spent to the Trump administration. Check out his responses.
Mark Armstrong, Shy Guardian, Deep South Press Corps, which I'm making that identification to distinguish me from a provocateur journalist who seems to, with immunity, get to use the terrestrial term illegal alien while I get Jim Crow by the use of it. But anyways, your foundational Black American Chicagoan constituents want to know why you keep dealing the race card for everything from a general strike to this reparations initiative when you don't do anything substantially tangible for them. And the working term is substantially tangible.
Mm-hmm. The number one issue that's facing Black Chicago, and quite frankly, Black America, is disinvestment.
Did you hear what he said? This guy is totally off the mark. The number one thing affecting Black Chicagoans and Black America is disinvestment. Laura, help me. I cannot with this guy. Oh my God. Oh man. Woo. Let me continue to play it.
Right? Schools have been closed. Housing has been shuttered.
Because of you. But you found housing for illegals.
The lack of access to food, job opportunities. These are real issues that I'm fully aware of, issues that I fought for well before I was mayor. I remember a time, when folks were ignoring Black Chicago, particularly around school closings, and
That's you. That's all you've done. That's all you've done. What the heck is this guy? What is this, invasion of the body snatchers? Who is this speaking for this man? Is he nuts?
It was a part of a hunger strike to keep schools open, particularly on the west and south side of Chicago. In fact, Deep South, I took an arrest in front of the elevators that are now held for me because administrations refused to respond to the needs of Black Chicago. So what have I done since I've been here? The largest TIF surplus in the history of Chicago, where $500 million is going to go into our public schools. That's going to disproportionately impact Black students. We are in the midst of a lawsuit right now because Donald Trump, who is withholding dollars for our Black Student Success Program.
No one has withheld more dollars from Black students, sir, than you. And oh yeah, if you forgot where the money went, I'll tell you right now. It went to the illegals. This guy is so full of it. Oh my God. What the world? You know, every time he opens his mouth, I just want to puke. How you doing, Alan? Thank you for joining us, love. This guy is full of it, okay?
I make sure in our budget that we provide those resources until we get those dollars back, right?
You're not getting those dollars back because you are bent on continuing to be a sanctuary city and funneling federal dollars to non-American citizens. So figure it out.
But we're also expanding our ability to, so not just education, we're also expanding youth employment, right? 31,119 young people for summer jobs. Vast majority of them are Black children. But we're also expanding our...
He's talking about, so you heard what he said. Let me go back. You heard what he said he's trying to do. You haven't done anything for Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Why are you trying to do something now? Listen to this. He's talking about summer jobs, mostly for Black children. Right? Beverly, yes. What has Brandon done since he's been mayor? Oh, he's done plenty for the illegals, Beverly. Thank you so much, Alan. We're glad you're here, love. Jobs for illegals. Boom. Greg, you got it. Every time he says he's doing something, he makes people think he's doing it for, you heard what he said, mostly Black. No, 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 no. Our sister Prosperity has already taught us when this guy says he's doing something, it is for the illegals. It is not for American citizens. Yes, Americans are last, Tijuana. Boom. Yes, that's him.
Black children. But we're also expanding our housing opportunities, particularly affordable housing. Our Missing Middle program, where we literally started on the west and south side of Chicago, Inglewood, North Lawndale.
All of those of you just joining, just so you know, everything he's talking about is for illegals. It is not for Americans. It never has been.
Where Black developers are building on property that the city of Chicago returned back to Black Chicago, while creating owner-occupied housing so that we can build generational wealth. Expanding mental and behavioral health care services. I'm the first mayor since Mayor Harold Washington to actually invest in public mental health.
You need to invest in your own mental health.
Because I stood with Black families when we worked to keep the mental health clinics open. So Roseland, Garfield Park, the lower west side. So between mental health, housing, jobs, education, and then finally transportation, we secured over $2 billion to extend the red line to go, as we say, out south. Donald Trump is withholding those dollars because he doesn't want those investments to go into our communities.
No, again, he's lying. Donald Trump is withholding those funds because he's intelligent, because you're just going to misuse the money like you did the other federal dollars that you had and spend it on non-American citizens. Stop with the lies. Mayor Johnson was a high school teacher and now he's a mayor worth millions. Yes, Tina, we know what's going on here. I think Lanita said something about that earlier. The kids are failing and it doesn't matter who is president. The illegals have big money for bilingual departments that support illegals but ignore the rest. It's the norm, especially in democratic cities. Boom. Retired teacher Lanita knows what's going on. She can say more than I can say. Thank you, Lanita. No lies were detected in your statement. Mayor Brandon is still a member of the teachers union. Wonder why. You know why. So even when he's not mayor anymore, he has, I think that one video I did, he's going to have $2 or $3 million. So, you know, he's good.
And so though there is still more work to be done, we're not going to rebuild Chicago overnight, but we are going to do it one block at a time, one neighborhood at a time. And as we expand opportunities for Black Chicago, that actually improves all of Chicago.
So, without any deflecting this time, our cultural sources want to know what became of the report that was supposed to go last month to HUD and to either DOJ or Congress concerning spending on illegal aliens at Chicago Housing Authority.
All right, so again, I have to fundamentally reject the terminology illegal and certainly alien. I think those two words together are not just offensive and derogatory. It's just not even applicable to the real world. And so no deflection and no interruption either. Just respect that process. So here's what folks are trying to do. And I understand. So we are in full compliance with every single thing that we've been asked to do. But make no mistake about it. The individuals that are looking for a so-called accounting of what was spent to get people off the floor of police districts, I would ask the question, how much was spent to make sure that we were protecting Ukrainians?
So he's still deflecting. He never answers a question. How you doing, Rita? Thank you for joining us, love. My girls, that's all he has is failure.
Which was the right thing to do. 30,000 Ukrainian refugees came to the city of Chicago. No one asked what we spent on them, how much Congress spent on them. Do you know why? There's a clear distinction between how we treat certain regions of the globe. Now, we have spent less than 1% over the course of 4 years to respond to a crisis that Congress neglected to intervene in on.
Because you were the one that said you were a welcoming sanctuary city. Hey, come one, come all. And they did. Now you have egg on your face. Tijuana, how did we let this happen to America? Tijuana, shaking my head. Exactly. CJ, liar, liar, panties on fire. Douglas, he's a worthless teacher. Douglas, amen. He's so racist. Yeah, he is racist, my girls. Oh my God. Trump called him out on it.
And even with that less than 1%, it did not stop us from building more affordable homes. It did not stop us from reopening mental health clinics. It did not stop us from investing in our education system. It did not stop us from investing in transportation. It did not stop us from investing in housing. And so I really just want to make sure that people are clear of the motivation behind why they are asking the accounting of less than 1% of the.
How many of you remember, and I did a video on that, when all these mayors were called to Washington and they were being grilled about the money that they spent on illegals. And he said he did not know, which we know was a bald-faced lie. And then when other people were asking him questions about the dollar amount he spent, oh, I spent less than 1%. Shut up with these lies. Shut up. You're right, Tina. My daddy taught me to read, comprehend, and detect BS. Cecilia, I know your BS meter is way past 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's all you get with this guy.
City's budget while not asking Congress why they did not intervene. It is reprehensible. Quite frankly, it is hypocritical for them to question anything that we have done when they didn't do their job.
There you have it. The worst deflecting mayor in USA award goes to Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago.
Oh my God. Prosperity. Keep roasting this guy. This guy's despicable. He's such a blowhard. Nothing but comes out of his mouth. Yes, that's it. And he never answers a question. Oh my God. I can't with this guy. Tijuana says, I'm going to have to clear my head tonight listening to Anita Baker all night. Okay, Tijuana. Yeah. Listen to her song, Fairy Tales. That's a song each person can listen to. It's about life and how we all, when we're children, we think everything's going to be a nice, beautiful fairy tale. And then we get older and things start to happen and we learn, oh no. Oh, really, Tijuana? Tijuana, let me know what you think about her song Fairy Tale. I sometimes play that for students because I tell them when they're in high school, I said, this is not reality. This is a fairy tale. And then I play that song for them. I can remember stories, those things my mother said. She'd tell me fairy tales before I went to bed. Oh my God. If you listen to the words of that song, it's very, very haunting, but it's true. Tijuana, let me know what you think about that. So yeah, Brandon Johnson is still spewing lies. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. And we should be used to it by now, but I'm still sick of it. And you know what, whenever he's done in office, we're going to have a live stream and just have a celebrate good times. Come on. We're going to have a big time because I will be so glad that he is gone. Taco, I have skills. I'm a builder. I can do electrical, plumbing, AC framing, tile cabinets, trim concrete. Oh, okay. You fishing, huh? Cool, Taco. Tijuana. Let me know if you like her song Fairy Tales. And like I said, I play that for my high school students when I tell them, hey, when high school's over, real life and reality will hit you and you're going to see. So Brandon, I guess we're pretty much done. We know what a scoundrel this guy is, and we don't believe anything he says. Right? Easy, ready, willing, overtime. Where does it stop? Where do we dare me to draw the line? You got the body, now you want my soul. Don't even think about it, say no, go. Yeah, I'll do anything that you want me to. Yeah, and I'll do almost anything that you want me to. Yeah, but I can't go for that. No can do. I can't go for that. No can do. Yes. So all this crap he's putting down, I can't go for that. And I know you can't either because it's all malarkey. My girls, Hall & Oates, 1981 was a good year. Boom. Yes. Lanita, he stuck all those illegal children in the school, and shortly after, the CDC reported about outbreaks of communicable diseases. Lanita, you were here. Remember when they were keeping it so hush, hush, hush? They didn't want it to get out because they knew Americans would be angry. They were given all school supplies, free lunch while others paid. Boom. Yeah, they were trying to keep everything hush, hush. But eventually, guess what? Everything comes out. It just takes some time. So yeah, Citizen Kane, that's me. I see you, Citizen of Deep South Press Corps. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I will be live tomorrow. And who knows what we'll be talking about. Check out Horace the Bridge Builder. King, born a slave, was the greatest bridge builder. Okay, Taco. Thank you, Taco Don. Yeah, so that's all I have for you. And do that to me one more time. I can never. Oh, what was that? Captain and Tennille. What was that? No, that wasn't the song. What was the song we were singing at work today? Me and a coworker. Oh, see you guys. Yeah, tomorrow, all of you, please be safe. And good night. God bless all of you. I love you. You know I'm coming to talk to you right now in the comment section, of course. I'll be live about muskrat love. Yeah. At Tijuana. I'll be live tomorrow about 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish. And we'll be talking about some more important topics. I'm coming. If you get a chance, come and leave me come leave me a comment once the video is done. I will respond. It probably not tonight, but tomorrow. My girls, I'm so thankful. My only grandchild is homeschooled. Yes, Lord's will. He will never darken the doorsteps of any school. Keep them home. If I had children or grandchildren, trust me, they would be homeschooled. Because I know what goes on a daily basis. And if you don't believe me, ask Lanita. She's a retired school teacher. She'll tell you. Jagalo, how you doing, love? We're getting ready to leave. So check out the replay, dear. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. Cecilia, come back and visit with us tomorrow. You and Saria and Tijuana and Beverly and my girls and Greg. All of you, Maga, Taco, come back tomorrow. I'm coming to speak to you right now in the comment section. And I'll stay there as long as you're there. Thank you again for spending your very valuable time here with me. And here I come.